Good morning, everybody. November 1st, 2025's garden tour. Maybe, well, most likely is the last tour of the garden for 2025. Kind of sad, but exciting because I have a lot of plans for next year. So we can start off right here in the front. You can see I moved all my pots that I had my flowers in. I planted the perennials in them. They're in my perennial garden. And I'm not sure if on the last video I still had my beans, but I've ripped all the beans out. I didn't get as much as what I thought off the plants, but I still got quite a bit actually. More than not planting a second crop. And then this bed right here, and this bed is where I have the garlic. Garlic's looking good. I was a little concerned I planted it too early, but I'm pretty sure it's fine. It's obviously grown. But like I said, I don't think it's grown that much. I think we'll be good. Over here, the mint, I had cut that all back. I'm just going to leave these pots as is through the winter. That's where they're going to sit. I had the Kajari melons growing out of them up the fence here. There is a few on the other side of the fence that you can see. I just have thrown those for the chickens. And then I have a couple down here. So whenever they follow me down here, which, speaking of them, here comes one of the ladies. I just kind of I crack them open and throw them. Earlier, this one right here that I've left, there was so many bees on it. A bunch of pollinators. So I've just kind of left that. As soon as the sun hits on anything out here, the pollinators get extremely active. Tomatoes, still the same from last time. I threw the cages I had from the pepper beds on. That's where they'll just sit for this for the winter time. These two yellow pots here, I planted tulip bulbs. And then this one, my garden cat Nico, he decided to knock it over. So we're going to experiment with that and see how those turn out. I had a bunch of tulip bulbs I had to get planted. I did fix the washout on this corner. The leaves kind of have taken over it, but yeah, we got that looking nice. This bed's the same as it was, but the whole trellis is completely cleaned off. So standing back looking this way, it's like a big difference. I can't wait till next year because as soon as we get this fenced, pushed back, we had some things happen this over the last like 7-10 days. So we didn't get to widening this fence and cleaning this out. We'll probably get to it within the next week or so. I may or may not bring the camera down for that. I'm not sure, but just one more awesome thing to look forward to next year. But yeah, so I'm going to put in a couple more arches, I believe. I have a plan. Exciting. It's kind of all in the works still in my head. Nothing's written down. But I will definitely bring everybody along for it. Now, this is where the sweet peppers were. And what I did was I harvested all the plants, obviously. And then the leaves you see in here are any leaves from the pepper plants. And then they're all the rutabagas. So I have this bed and this bed. And then the sweet pepper bed, I threw the rutabaga leaves just to give some. And I also put in probably scraps of peppers, rutabagas, carrots, anything else that I had kitchen scrap-wise just to feed the worms and hopefully give life to that just so I can make my soil even better than what it already is. And then speaking of the rutabagas, we'll take you to the bed where they were at. I did clean all this whole section off, rake the straw back over. I've currently left the lettuce to seed. It's seeding. I'm not sure if our weather's going to change. I mean, I'm waking up and one other morning it was 27, 32. So I'm not sure what it's going to do. We'll find out. And then this is where the rutabagas were. So I got, I believe, I think 9 quarts of rutabagas, and I mixed carrots with it. I was always told you can't can rutabagas. Yes, you sure can. I do it every year. It makes excellent side dishes, soups. It's good to mix, can it with your carrots. The carrots are a little bit sweeter, brings out that flavor, it enhances it. I will serve it on the side with just maybe a little bit of butter. I'll put it in a soup. I'll add some onions and celery, and you can add anything to the soup that you want, whether you want some pulled chicken, pork. I even add potatoes in with it. It kind of disguises it, so if somebody's not a big fan of rutabagas, they think it's a potato. I don't know. I find it delicious. All right, moving on. This, every time I come out to pull it, I came out yesterday morning and it was loaded in bees. So, like I said, as soon as the sun hits here, not today because we're expecting rain, it's just the pollinators come out. So I'm just leaving it. It looks like I left this one because it went to seed. And there's actually one stuck in there. So I'm just going to let them enjoy this. There's a little cauliflower head. Here's another one. That color sure is pretty though. I mean, look at that. And they're delicious. Another cauliflower and some broccoli, kind of just randomly here and there. Not a bumper crop, but I've gotten quite a bit off of it. And all the bare spots you see, where you could kind of tell, like pretty much like right here, I pulled a bunch of plants off and just let some of the leaves lay down and decompose, and I don't know. I was kind of impressed, I think, just because I wasn't expecting much to get out of here. And the plants did grow nice. So I'm just going to let them continue. It's cold enough here. These cauliflower right here, I can tell I should pick. So there's a couple of them I'm going to pick just to save them. But then it was funny because, and I think I pulled it, but I have this, which I'm not sure if that's going to be, I'm not sure if that's one of, I don't think it's one of the cauliflowers. It might be a red acre cabbage is what that may be. That just kind of popped up. So that was funny to see that. And then I have my herbs here. The parsley did go to seed. I've never saved the seeds from that. So we'll see. But the rest of this actually looks pretty good, and I'm not sure. So if anybody knows, let me know. I'm not sure how long I can harvest the herbs. In the summertime, this oregano, oh, it smells good. It looked like it was going all to seed, and I'm not sure if that's part of it. I'm not a big herb grower. I grow a lot of vegetables, but this is the first year I've grown them, but I've never wanted to do much with them. So this is the first year I've actually tried to do a bunch with it, and so I'm not sure what the taste will be. I guess I could try it. And I didn't start these from seeds. I bought these actually. It's the only thing I think I bought in my whole garden. That's sage. I did make a bunch of teachers actually. And I did harvest a bunch and put them in my freeze dryer. Well, this little guy right here is hanging on. Yeah, so as far as the herbs, I was actually pleasantly pleased. I think next year I'm leaving this green stalk as is with just the herbs. I have bunching onions in there as well, or actually those are chives. And I tried doing radishes a little late. That was a fail. But I think that's what this is going to be. There's a lot of open pockets where I might stick in some random lettuce. This one's going to be completely open. What I was going to do, and I came down here with all my tulip bulbs and everything. I was going to pull out the strawberry plants, which, look at that. There's a nice bloom on that. That's pretty. And then I realized these strawberry plants, because they did so crappy this year, they're really rooted in there. I was just going to leave them. And I didn't want to deal with it because they were really, they were in there, and it was starting to rain. So it was just that light sprinkle. And I thought this is going to take way longer. So I just potted it in those pots over there that I just showed you guys, those yellow pots. And then I put a bunch in the perennial garden. So I think next year in this green stock, I'm going to do carrots again, because this one here, I pulled a bunch the other day. There's still some small ones. I'm going to leave them, let them just see what happens. Through the winter months, I do have to remember to water, and I do have my water off here. If I show, like I said, I was cleaning everything up. So I used to have a bench here with my hose and a bunch of other stuff. And I've since then just put everything away. The garden's going to bed. I'm not doing anything else out here. If I do anything, it may just be harvesting the sage and the oregano over there. And then that's it. And then the cauliflower and whatever's left of the broccoli. But there's nothing else to do besides, well, I guess, and the celery too. So I guess my harvesting days have not ended, but my gardening days are ending. So I'm going to just water these and then just keep them and see what happens, actually. But I'm kind of excited. I think I might get another green stalk. I'm not sure. And then, like I said, I'm going to do carrots because they worked perfectly in these. The herbs worked perfect. I didn't have splash up from the rain, from the dirt. It just stayed clean. It was nice. And I think I'm going to do that with my lettuce, because my lettuce did get splash up a little bit, even though I do have mulch around it. But I don't know. We'll see. I have so many awesome plans that I want to do, and I'm excited, and I can't wait to show you guys, because this is like a clean slate, and next year when I start, it's going to be even cleaner. Everything's going to be moved. Things are going to get shifted maybe just a little bit. Our plans, like I said, is to move that back fence over, and we're going to add 4 more beds, the 4x12 beds. I'm not sure I'm liking this space right here with my green stalks and my little chairs, because it's a nice center area if I have my wagon or something. But I may take these smaller beds, move them to the new section, and put the 12-foot beds, which then all I'm going to have is for a pathway is pretty much right on the sides here where you see these 2 beds. So I don't know. It's all a thought. The green stalks will get moved into another location. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are excited. And yeah, the raspberry canes here still doing what they're doing. I mean, we're not going to know anything more. Well, we'll know next year. I'm not sure if they're going to stay here. Like I said, I just had to get them in the ground, so they're in the ground. Yeah, so then when I had just these in-ground beds, I'm not, I'll probably do way more onions, way more potatoes this year, way more rutabagas, and I'm going to experiment, actually, because every year I have volunteer potatoes. They do really well, so I'm thinking I might do a section within the next couple days, and just because some of the potatoes I grew this year some of them came out a little small, so they were starting to get a little soft. I made some fried potatoes last night and was picking through them, and I noticed that, so I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just go and plant them and pretend they're like volunteer potatoes and see what happens. I mean, like I said, every year I get volunteer potatoes, and they turn out amazing. So we'll find out that spot, and maybe it'll beat the bug pressure too. So yeah, like I said, not much to report in the November's garden. This is what it is. It's going to be fantastic next year, though. I can guarantee that. All right, I will take you guys over here, because like I said, I had a bunch of tulip bulbs, and I don't remember how many I had. I think in this little bed I planted maybe 16. And then what I did, and I don't know if this was the smartest thing, but around the base of these fruit trees, I just planted these fruit trees this year. I planted a bunch of bulbs around that. I'm hoping I didn't mess with any, I didn't dig them too deep. but I think it'll be fine for the trees. And then the rest of them I put over here in the perennial garden. I did, I think, 4 groups of about, well, I don't even remember what groups I did, because I kind of did like swoops and areas just that I could find a place to dig, because this is what I did. And don't make this mistake, because pretty smart, but this one totally escaped me. When I was laying down this mulch, I took the bags that the mulch came in and I laid that down first, then dumped the mulch on top. Forgetting, this whole area might be safe because I didn't plant too many tulip bulbs in here, but this other area I did, so I'm hoping I didn't lay the plastic on top of where my bulbs are. Beginning of the season, there was about 20 something little pine trees through here. Obviously we cut those down, and this was originally, you could kind of see this black line right here on both sides. That has been widened quite a bit actually. So, and then in the center here were the trees where I didn't lay as much plastic, and that's like kind of where I put the bulbs last year, I believe. And so I don't know, I'm hoping maybe I didn't cover them, because like I said, I only put plastic from like the edges here in just a little bit from the new developed like widened area. I don't know, we'll see. it'll be fun to see. I mean, they're beautiful. So I just plugged in a bunch here. I did do a grouping over here where I knew there wasn't plastic, just in case some of them were covered, but majority of them are over in this section here. Yeah, so, and I don't really show the perennial garden that much just because I'm more of a vegetable gardener, but I don't know, when it's in its peak, it's really pretty. And when the leaves aren't here and the pine needles, which now we shouldn't really have pine needles. We have one tree right here that needs to be taken out. And that'll come down. I think a lot of these bigger trees are going to come down anyway. So they get oak wilt and they're falling. And if you kind of notice, they could lean, they look healthy, but yeah, some of them, we're keeping the maples, but the oaks are going. Update on the pumpkin carving for my chickens. They kind of left it alone. Once they got the seeds out, they're not interested in it anymore, which is fine. I mean, they could take it, the deer can take it. We actually put one up by their coop and they have no interest in it. So I don't know. It was just a fluke they wanted in that one, which is okay by me. I kind of like seeing it. Now we'll walk over here by where I keep the hot pepper beds. Hey, lady. These have since been torn out. Along with the day I tore out the sweet peppers, both these beds, oh man, I harvested a bunch. I ended up giving away a lot of the hot peppers. Not my jalapenos though. And then the sweet peppers, I did a huge batch in the freeze dryer. I sliced a bunch and just froze them for like fajitas in the future. I diced a bunch. I think I probably have a couple years worth of green peppers in my fridge, and I could eat green peppers almost every day. And then any scraps I have, just like the other beds I showed you, I kind of lay it in here. So you can see a bunch of peppers still in here. I mean, they were just really rock hard, or I had a hole in it. So I just put them in here, let the ladies kind of scratch in here, do their thing, fertilize it. This was full of weeds. It still is. But they've scratched out quite a bit, actually. I cut back all my asparagus. So I don't think I'm going to do too much more this year with this bed. I'm just going to let it go. I might get a bunch of leaves and just cover the soil a little bit more. Right, lady. You guys doing your job over here? Yeah, you doing your job? Oh, here comes another one. She's ready to work. Come on, lady. All right. So I think that about covers the rest of what the garden is. It's like it's just got really extremely windy right now. So on my way back to my garden, I wanted to show you guys this. My chickens have been sitting in here. This is the first time they've all been together like this. But this one, I'm going to go check. She didn't come for treats. She ran about halfway, came right back in this area. I came and checked. I saw 0 eggs. So, but she looks like she's laying on eggs. I don't know. I'm going to go look right now. Because they're acting a little suspicious for them to not come for treats and literally turn back around and run to this area. I'm not sure I understand that. All right, I came up here. There's no eggs. They're just laying. I only got 1 egg, so out of 9 ladies, they didn't all just stop laying today. So I don't know, they're acting suspicious. They might have eggs in the woods here somewhere. I just cracked one of the melons from the garden. They really like those. There you guys, come on babies, get some treats. All right, one more pan of my garden for 2025. There it is. Like I said, not too much to report on this, but coming next year, it's going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. From my garden to yours, happy growing.